When the child was born, it was dead. And how did he give life to that baby? That becomes an important part for him in his profession. Joe Morgan was waiting for the past 1 hour outside Andrew's house. Should I attend to the stillborn baby or should I look at the mother? So who is important? So Andrew knew that the child was with an abnormal medical condition. Once a newborn cries, that means everything is normal. Hello students and welcome to Prep School English classes. Today's session is chapter 7 from your snapshot textbook and the lesson titled Birth. When I say the word birth, it's very familiar to all of us, isn't it? It is a process of giving birth, giving life to a new being. It could be human beings or any kind of living organism. Now, birth is a very unique process. Sometimes it happens smoothly, but sometimes there are complications. So here is a story. The lesson is about the doctor who plays a vital role in the delivery of a woman, wherein when the child was born, it was dead. And how did he give life to that baby? That becomes an important part for him in his profession. So let's discuss what is the lesson birth all about. So what is that I will be discussing in today's session? I will be telling you all who is the author, what is the title, the theme, the significance, the moral, who are the characters. Let's look at some difficult words in context, after which I will summarize the story for you, followed by few expected question answers and what is the conclusion, what is the message, what is that we learn out of this story. So let's look at who is the author. The author A.J. Cronin. A.J. Cronin, he was a National Book Awardee for fiction and he was into a lot of TV shows and movies. So what is that he tells us in this lesson? What is the message that he wants to give us? He tells us about an inexperienced doctor, a young man who has just come out of his medical graduation, gets into a complicated work wherein he is supposed to deliver a baby which was still. And then what does he do? How is he successful? For which he relates that determination, being focused, being optimistic is the prime source for anybody to be successful. So with this, let's look at what is the lesson, the birth, all about. So when I take you to the overview of the lesson, the story is about a doctor, a young doctor with a critical delivery case. So it's a doctor story wherein he deals with a very special, very critical delivery case. It is a complicated delivery case. So that being the story, when we look at the central idea is selfless deed is done to save somebody's life here. The doctor's selfless deed to save somebody's life, to bring happiness to this family was very satisfying for him. Hence, the central idea of the story becomes being selfless in being helpful at any time for anybody. That becomes a very satisfying thing for anybody's life, isn't it? So that being the central idea, when we look at what is the theme, the passion towards profession. The first one is the passion towards profession. The love for the duties and the determination is the main theme of the lesson, the birth. Passion, determination and love towards one's work. towards one's profession. That is the main theme. So the story deals about the doctor who handles a very complicated delivery case, and the central idea wherein being selfless, that brings us a lot of pleasure when we being helpful to anybody in need at any time. And the theme, as I told you, the passion, love and determination towards one's profession. Moving forward, what is the message that the lesson gives us? The message is very clear to all of us. It says, being optimistic. Be optimistic in whatever kind of situation you come across while you go through the journey of life. So being optimistic is a message that the lesson gives you, and the moral is hard work, once again with determination, is the ladder to success. All of us know that putting in our hard work, being focused in our work and being determined, we will always get that success. And what is the conclusion? The personal disturbances should never interrupt professionalism. So what is the conclusion? When we have any personal problems, that should not interrupt our professionalism. For example, if I am a teacher, if I have back home a lot of problems, that shouldn't be disturbing when I'm delivering a class today. So that is the conclusion that we get to know out of the whole story. So with a message being optimistic, with a moral to say that hard work has its own success, and with a conclusion, personal issues should never come in between the professional career, let us look at what is the story all about. Before that, let me take you to few of the characters, the main characters in the story. The first one being the doctor. He is a young medical graduate. He is Dr. Andrew Manson. He is the main protagonist of the story, a very young medical graduate. He is just graduated. He is in love with his girlfriend Kristen. He has a lot of disturbance, and then his views towards marriage is different. So with this disturbance, he has to attend to a complicated delivery. So letting aside all the disturbances, he was successful in his duty. So that is Andrew Manson. Going to the next character is Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan is the husband of Susan, the going-to-be father. Susan is his wife. Susan is delivering a baby, and Susan's husband is Joe Morgan. He is a miner in that place. Okay, he is into mining, and then he gets in touch with a doctor on a late night because there was an emergency wherein his wife was delivering much prior to the expected date of delivery. So that is George Morgan, followed by, you see, an elderly lady. Her name is not mentioned. It is Susan's mother. I told you, Susan is a woman, the wife of George Morgan, who is expecting to deliver a baby. Now, her mother, who is in the 70s, is the elderly lady. Her name is not mentioned. Then you have a midwife, a caretaker, who is with the elderly mother and Susan in taking care of the lady during her delivery. And then you have Susan. Now Susan is the wife of George Morgan. She is the daughter to this elderly lady, and she is taken care by the midwife. So she is the patient. When I say patient, she is the lady who has to go through the delivery. And it is complicated because she had a marriage of 20 years, and after 20 years she is having a first child. So of course there is a bit of complication. And then it is not mentioned, only when your lesson begins you get to know that Dr. Andrew Manson's girlfriend is Christine. Dr. Andrew Manson's girlfriend is who? It is Christine. So why is she mentioned here? She doesn't have much role. The story begins with, he had a bad evening with her. This is pertaining to their marriage, wherein for Dr. Andrew, the views of the marriage are different. So that was not going well with Kristen. So after a bad evening, he has to get back home, and only then Joe Morgan gets in touch with him and seeks for help. So what I mean to say is, though he had a disturbed evening that day with his girlfriend, he took up his duties as priority and he was successful. So where did this story happen? Which is the place that the lesson is mentioning? It is a small Welsh mining town of Blanelly. It is in UK. It is in Wales, I think. So this is a place where it's a very small mining town wherein facilities are not available much. So it was the night when Joe's wife Susan gets pain and she has to deliver her baby, and Joe gets in touch with Dr. Andrew, and how though Dr. Andrew had a disturbed evening and he was returning home, just because Joe was waiting for him outside his house for hours together and it was an emergency, he goes to Joe's house, spends the night there and helps them to deliver a baby to Susan. The story is all about that. So moving forward, to understand a little more detail about the character, you need to know that Dr. Andrew Manson, he is a young medical graduate. He had just finished his graduation. He is working in a small mining town. It's a very small mining town. He manages to save a baby's life in a difficult time. How is he successful? He has managed to save a baby's life during the time of difficulty, and that is where he found success in his profession. So moving forward to see the next character, the midwife. When you look at her, she is very pessimistic. She is very pessimistic. That means she has negative thoughts. She is not positive. She feels that it is not possible. The delivery is complicated. Oh, what's going to happen? So she was in that fear. She is very pessimistic about the child's survival, but she assists the doctor in his work during the delivery, and she is really taken care of Susan during the pregnancy, and during the time of delivery she has extended her help. Moving to the next one, you see the mother. She is the mother to Susan. As usual, every mother wants their child, a daughter or a son, to be comfortable. So she is going through this tension that her daughter has to deliver and she is in fear. She is in, anxiety about what is going to happen. So you see, all the while she is standing and praying that things have to go well, and she restricts the doctor in a lot of things like, don't give chloroform, don't inject, it will hurt the baby, it will hurt my daughter. So there are a lot of things like that which you get to see and which is evident while you read in the textbook. So know that she is Susan's mother. She is a tall grey-haired woman aged 70 years, and then she is concerned about her daughter's happiness. So that is about the Susan's mother. Going forward to Susan. Susan is who? She is Joe Morgan's wife. So Susan is Joe Morgan's wife. She is married and expecting a child after 20 years. After a long gap, with a lot of problems she went through, she is expecting a child. So that is a very excited time for the whole family. that after that long years that a newborn is coming to their family. So they are all very, very excited, but also too much of anxiety and too much of fear runs in everybody. That's because there has been a complication during a pregnancy, one that she is having a child after a very long period, she is aged, and they know that there is some complication, and also she is expecting to deliver much before the expected date. So these are the characters that you need to know. So to the next character, it is Joe Morgan. So who is Joe Morgan? Joe Morgan is the husband to Susan. So he is going to be the person who is going to be the father, isn't it? So he is a minor husband of Susan, dependent on Dr. Andrew for his wife's delivery, and he has complete faith in him. So Joe has got complete faith in Dr. Andrew, and he is the one who is going to become the father, and it is his wife who is going to deliver, and he knows very, very well that there is complication. One thing is because she is having a baby after 20 years. Second one is she is delivering much prior to the expected date. So the whole lot of family members are actually, more than being eager to see the baby, they are very, very worried whether this delivery is going to be successful. And they have kept that complete trust and faith in Dr. Andrew. So once again, to repeat, who are the characters in the lesson The Birth? One is Dr. Andrew Manson, followed by the midwife, and then Joe Morgan, and you see an elderly lady, the mother, and then the lady who is delivering, that is Susan. So with this, let's look at few of the difficult words or few of the unfamiliar words that you will get to see while you're reading the lesson. So when I take you to the words in context, I have always told you all that it is very, very important you understand the words which you do not know. So how do you get to understand? You need to connect them to the context while you read the text. Line to line, never neglect any kind of words that you do not understand. Dear children, that's very important. So let's look at few of them here. First one being excerpt. Excerpt means extract. Perceptive. Perceptive here is energetic. Perceptive, energetic. Premonition is idea. Stout is strongly built. Fret is worry. Great here is a fireplace. And muddled, it is mixed up. Some more to go. Shrewish here is quarrelsome. So Andrew says he has a girlfriend who is shrewish, means quarrelsome girlfriend. Dismal is disappointing. Wince here means feel pain. Elapsed. Elapsed means past. And then perceived is realized. Dilemma. What is a dilemma? There is no choice. There is a dilemma. Dilemma means choice. Frantic is agitated. He was in a frantic mood. He was in a agitated mode. So please have a look at it quickly. Let's look at few more. First one being flaccid. Flaccid here means lifeless. Sodden. Sodden means soaked. Soaked in water. Lolled is hung loosely. Put your feet down. Be very strict. Haggard, frowned. Haggard, frowned here is worried with a tired look. And then pallid, pale, stark will be evident. Some more to go. Consternation. Consternation is feeling of anxiety. Sopping is drenched. Pygmy is very, very small. Gasping is breathing hard. Exquisitive. Exquisitive is enjoyable. And you have oblivious, which is unaware. Implayed is stuck. So these are few of the words which I have picked up. Have a look at it quickly. So these were the words in context. I have picked up very few. Dear children, while you read the textbook, you see many more unfamiliar words. Please do not neglect them. Find out the meaning and understand. So with this, let's see what is the lesson birth all about. Now that I have told you what is the theme, what is the message, what is the conclusion, what's the central idea, what is the story all about, and then who are the characters, I'm sure you would have understood what is the lesson all about. Yes, it is about birth. A woman is delivering. She is having few complications. After delivery, she loses her sense and she gives birth to a still baby. A still baby is something which is lifeless and considered to be dead. Now, how did Dr. Andrew play his role? It was one evening that Dr. Andrew spent time with his girlfriend Kristen. Things did not go well, and then he was a little disturbed and returning home. While he was returning home, he sees a man waiting for him. That was Joe. Now, Joe Morgan was waiting for the past 1 hour outside Andrew's house because he was in tension. He wanted the doctor to come to his house and attend to his wife. So, what did Andrew do? Did he neglect? No. He did go inside the house. He carried his kit and quickly went, accompanied Joe to his place. So after that, he attended to Susan. And how does he save Susan and the baby's life? That is all about the lesson birth, which is titled well. When I say birth, it is a very special word, very unique, and it is a lovely process of giving life to a newborn. That is birth. And in human beings, we call it delivery. Delivery of a young one. Delivery of a newborn. So, what is that we are going to learn today? What is the story? So, the story is all about a young doctor, how he takes up his profession and how he is successful. So I have divided the whole lesson into these subtopics. I'll be giving you an introduction. I'll be telling you about Andrew's view on the marriage, about Joe Morgan waiting for Dr. Andrew, and Joe's resident, how it was, what is the case about, what is the case of the patient, and then what is Andrew's thoughts when he looks at the whole family in Joe's residence. The scary dilemma. What is that scary dilemma that Dr. Andrew went through? And then the scenario after delivery. After delivery, what was the scene? Susan is unconscious and then the baby is still. What happens to the midwife? How does Joe react? How does the elderly mother react? So you have to see that. And then Dr. Andrew's effort. Just because the family had so much of trust in Dr. Andrew, he puts in a lot of effort. So what is the effort that Dr. Andrew put? And a miracle happened. So let's look at what is the miracle. And thus, he proves himself as a satisfied doctor. So under these subtopics, subheadings, I will be taking you all through the summary of the lesson. So, what is the introduction? When you start reading the chapter, what do you get to see? They speak about Dr. Andrew Manson. Once again, all the pictures what I have put you, just that to make the slide, to make the presentation more colorful and appealing. There is nothing, no relation that this cartoon only is Dr. Andrew. No. So, they talk about Dr. Andrew Manson. He was recently graduated from a medical college. So he was a very young. He was very young who did not have much experience. So that was Dr. Andrew. And then he had just begun to his practice. He was just started his medical practice. It was in a small town. It was a mining town. I told you all it was a Welsh mining town. It was in Wales in UK. Returns from a terrible evening being with his girlfriend Christine, and then he was approached for an emergency related to birth. So who approached him? It was Joe Morgan. So he was approached on an emergency, but he himself had a disturbed evening. That is, things did not go well with his girlfriend. So what does he do? Does he reject or does he accept? Moving forward, you see, he has got lots of thoughts, lots of views about marriage and friends. So why is he so disturbed? That is because he is in love with Kristen. So things are not going well. And also when he saw his friends who are married, he says few of his friends' wives are quarrelsome. Few of them are cheating. Few of them want to live apart. So for him, it is all weird. Marriage becomes all weird. Is it worth it at all? Alright, so let's look at what does he think. Dr. Andrew Manson was depressed about his own marriage. He was not married. He was going to get married, but he had his own depression about his own marriage. He had seen marriages fail and feared Christian. He had seen many marriages was a failure. So that is why he feared his marriage with Kristen. For him, marriages were dismal. Felt wives were shrewish. Shrewish means what? Quarrelsome. Few were cheating. Few wished to live apart. So this doesn't go well with him. This is why he was depressed. His idea of marriage with his love, Kristen, at that moment was very idyllic. He did not believe the idea of getting married to Kristen at that minute. So this was his views about his marriage and friends. You can expect a question on this. So moving forward, I told you, he returns home. He meets Joe, who is waiting for him for the past 1 year outside the doctor's house. So why was he waiting? Because there was an emergency in Joe's house. So he wanted Dr. Andrew to come and attend it. So you see, next one is Joe and Andrew. Alright, so what is it about? Joe's wife Susan is in labor pain. Labor pain means delivery pain. The woman is about to deliver the child and she is having a lot of pain. Okay, request the doctor to help him deliver the child. He had waited for the doctor for more than an hour. So it was night. It was night time. Susan was delivering a baby after 20 years and it was an unexpected date. That is, the delivery was happening much before the expected date. What did Andrew do? Did he oblige or did he reject? No. Andrew, in spite of being so very disturbed, he obliged and carried his medical kit and he goes along with Joe to Joe's house. So going there, what does Andrew see? How did Joe's residence look? So Andrew goes and meets straight Susan. So how does Joe's residence look? How was the place? Who are there? Let's look at it. So at Joe's place, he had to go through a narrow staircase, reached a small, clean but scantily furnished room. That means not much of furniture. It was very clean, but the place was very small, and scantily furnished means very less furnitures were there. There were two ladies. One was the midwife and the other one was Susan's mother itself. I told you she was an elderly lady. And then he was offered a cup of tea. As usual, he was offered a cup of tea. Though he was tired, he stayed back. He attended to Susan. But though he was so tired, so disturbed, he didn't want to go back to his house. He stayed back at Joe's residence that day. So everyone looked restless. When you look at the old lady, the mother of Susan, the midwife, and Joe, everybody were restless. Everybody were anxiety. They were very, they were not very sure. They didn't carry that confidence that things are going to go well. So what happens next? What is the case about? The case about Susan is she's in that last hour of delivery. She's having the labor pain, but then there is a complication. The complication is because nobody is confident that she is going to have a normal delivery. That's because she conceiving a baby only was after 20 years. So they felt that where will she ever have a normal delivery? So they were very sure it is going to be complicated. Second one is she is delivering much before the expected date. So that is another fear. Why is she delivering the baby much before the expected date? Why is she having the labor pain? That was another complication that the family feared. So what is it about? It was a complicated case. Susan was delivering much before the expected date. It was her first child in a marriage for 20 years. Joe was scared and anxious. The ladies were in tension. Dr. Andrew decided to stay and be with the patient. So it was too sweet of Dr. Andrew to have stayed back and helped the family. So Andrew's thoughts. Now, what runs in the doctor's mind? What runs in his doctor's mind? He is puzzled. What is going to happen? Facilities are less. He is not in the hospital. He is in someone else's house. He does not have anybody to help. Everybody are in tension. On top of that, Susan's mother is instructing him, don't give chloroform, don't give anesthesia, don't inject my daughter, the child will be affected. So a lot of things he has to hear. So he has puzzled thoughts in his mind. So what is it? He was in deep thoughts. The voice of Susan's mother surprised him because she did not want to give her chloroform as it would harm the child. Chloroform should not be given to the Susan. That was the mother's instruction. And that too in a fearful voice, the mother is speaking. Now he was in panic to see the family worry and wanted to do the delivery cautiously. So for him, the fear built. He felt that they have so much of trust in me. Will I be successful in giving them a healthy baby? And then to keep the mother also safe and then make a positive delivery. So that was running in his mind. It was 3:30. He started to work. He came there late night. So it was almost early morning, 3:30 a.m. that he started to work. So what happened? The scary dilemma. There was something which happened. So what happened? Panicked and shocked. Who was panicked and shocked? Andrew. Dr. Andrew was panicked and shocked. Why? There was a scary dilemma. What happened? After 1 hour of work, there was a very harsh struggle to do the delivery. And then Susan delivered. But what happened? The child was born. Susan delivered. The child was perfectly born. It was a baby boy also. And a shiver of horror passed over doctor. When he saw the baby and when he saw Susan, he was shivering. Why? That's because the baby was not breathing. The baby was still. That means to say that the baby was a stillborn baby. There was no life. It was as good as it was dead. That was about the baby. On the other side, what is it with Susan? As soon as she delivered, she fell unconscious. Her pulse rate was coming low. So, Susan was unconscious. Her pulse was slow. Her strength was reducing. He was in a dilemma whom to attend, whether should I attend to the stillborn baby or should I look at the mother. So who is important? Both are equally important, and Andrew is all alone. Who is helping him? It is a midwife, but the midwife is a pessimist, isn't it? So she is, out of fear. Oh, what happened? The child is dead. Oh, look at Susan. So she is in her own confusion. So that's why doctor is in dilemma. So what happens further? The scenario after delivery. What happens? A lifeless baby is born. You see, a baby is born, but still no life. It is as good as it is dead. So, what is the scene then? On one side, I told you the baby is like this. On the other side, I told you that Susan is fell unconscious. So, what happens? He gave the child to the midwife. He picks up the child and he gives it to the midwife and then attended to Susan. Now, the midwife thinks that the child is dead and she just puts it under the bed. There are some cardboard papers, so she just dumps the child there, thinking that the child is dead. And then they are attending to Susan. The midwife kept the child under the bed, thinking that it was dead. Susan was injected and was responding well. So Andrew attended to Susan. He injected her and she was slightly responding. So then he leaves her there and looks back at the child to see that the child was dumped under the bed. So he pulls the child out and starts attending to the child. Now Andrew pulled the child. The head was hanging loosely. The limbs seemed boneless, and then he concluded that it was suffering from an abnormal medical condition. So Andrew knew that the child was with an abnormal medical condition. There was no life. There was no strength in its body. The head was loose and the limbs seemed boneless. So what happens next? Efforts to save the baby. Susan is fine. Now Andrew, thinking that the family has got so much of trust, he's very, very cautious. He wants to be a successful in this delivery case. So what happens? What are the efforts that he puts? When he looks at the baby has got no life. I told you that boneless limbs and then the head is loose, absolutely no movement. So Andrew takes the child in his hands. It is like some life he has to give under his fingers. So how does he do it? He has a scary feeling right now. So what happens? He recalled a previous case. He recalled a previous case while he was studying and then related the same treatment to this still baby. So he asked midwife to quickly go and get hot and cold water in two different bowls. He tells the midwife to get him hot water in a bowl and cold water in a bowl separately. He started dipping the child once in cold water, once in hot water. So he started dipping the child and gave a steam bath alternatively. That means he is to take a towel, make it hot, and he is to pat the baby. So he gave the steam bath. 15 minutes passed, nothing happened. After 15 minutes of this process, nothing happened. He was very, very worried, but he did not give up. He was frustrated as he had promised. He had promised the family that he would be successful. The whole family is waiting. Joe is waiting outside. Mother is waiting with prayers. Now, Andrew has to go out and give the news to say that Susan and the baby is fine. How is he going to go out and say that, the baby is dead? And then there's a lot of confusion with the midwife also inside saying that, oh, what happened? So with that, his frustration started. So what happened next? There was a miracle. There was a miracle that the baby had little movements. So that was happiness for the doctor. So what happened? Andrew started rubbing the child's chest with rough towel and thumping the chest. You know what is thumping the little chest, isn't it? Was trying to get the breath into the child. So as he was thumping, he felt that the child may start breathing. By miracle, the child's chest began to move. By miracle, the child's chest began to move. He felt so very weak and nervous at the sight of life springing under his hand. Under his hand, the life was springing. So he felt so weak and he was feeling so shiverish and nervous. The child was now breathing. What happened? The child was normally breathing now, and life came into the limbs. The legs started moving. After that, the cheeks became very pink. That means there was blood flow, and the cheeks also became pink. And it cried. So once a newborn cries, that means everything is normal. So it started to cry, it started breathing, there was movement in the limbs. So how do you think that Dr. Andrew was feeling at that time? You can't even imagine, isn't it? That he has given life to a dead newborn baby. Oh, that was too much for him to express himself. So the satisfied doctor. Let's look at the satisfied doctor. He being so determined, he being so positive, so focused, not bringing his disturbed personal life into his profession. He was a successful doctor. So, it was a frantic effort and success for Dr. Andrew. Gave the child to the midwife. He picked up the child, gave it to the midwife, and got ready to leave. He had to leave the house. Felt weak and speechless. His excitement brought him a lot of weakness and he couldn't speak. He had no words to express at all. Saw the mother who was still praying. He saw the mother who was still praying that things have to go well. Joe was anxious and Andrew gave the happy news. Andrew gave the happy news and he left home. So, what do you understand by this? The proud feeling of Andrew. So, how does he express? He says that he felt he really did something to achieve a feat in the medical history and it would bring his future. So, whatever he had done in this delivery, his effort, his success, that was a feat, that was a festival for him. That means he was very sure that what he has achieved would bring certainly a bright future in his medical journey. And then he realized he had truly saved the life that night, fulfilling the purpose of his profession. A doctor is there to save somebody else's life, isn't it? So he felt that he was very true to his profession. He did redouble his effort. The effort what he had to put, he doubled it during this procedure in getting the life to the child. He was in joy and he said he did something real and for someone. He did something real and he did it for someone. That was whatever his excitement. He was so very excited. Finally, he concluded that he did something real and he did it for someone. And what he did, that certainly was a big success for him in his journey of life. So, this is the story about the birth. So, what do we conclude in the story? The conclusion goes this way, that dedication and determination makes one focused. Secondly, a satisfactory achievement is a great pride to any individual. A satisfactory achievement, your achievement, if it is satisfactory to yourself, that is the biggest pride to an individual. Personal issues should never disturb professional growth. Professional growth should not be disturbed by any kind of personal issues. Helping someone in need at the right time are greatest pleasures in one's life. When someone is in need, when you help them at the right time, that is the greatest pleasure for one. So, with this conclusion, to say that dedication and determination makes one focused, and then any kind of achievement has to be satisfactory for oneself, and then no personal issues should ever disturb the professional growth, and helping someone in need at the right time are the great pleasures in one's life. So with this, let's move to the assessment part. What are the kind of questions that you can expect from this lesson? First type is your short answer, which is going to be there for 30, 40 to 50 words. What dilemma did Andrew face when the child was born? You know about it, isn't it? What was Andrew's view on the marriage? You have few points. What efforts did Andrew make to revive the newborn? And then, how did he feel when he saw the newborn? Give the character sketch of Andrew. Moving to the long answer, which are for 6 marks, which is for 120 to 150 words. How did Andrew Manson help Morgan family? Andrew had no premonition that night would influence his whole future. How did this happen? So, how did that night help him to get a certainty in his bright future? If you work to respect the feeling, earning, and desire of others, success is always yours. The saying goes that way, isn't it? So, with reference to the lesson, explain this saying. So, these were few of the short answers and few of the long answers. When I'm doing your live interactive session, let me go in detail to explain how to answer the question. Until then, please open your textbook, be familiar with what is the lesson, read line to line, in between the line, and understand the lesson well. So I hope you have understood what is the effort that a doctor puts in his profession. How did Dr. Andrew, with his determination, being focused, he could bring happiness to a family, isn't it? So dear children, remember, let's respect our healthcare workers. Why do I say this? That's because in the present pandemic, if you all have seen, the tireless effort that the health workers and the doctors are fighting for COVID-19 patients, that is just immeasurable. They have forgotten their personal life. They have been glued to their professional life. So that's why it is high time that we all stand up, we give them big, loud applause and salute them for their selfless contribution during this emergency time, isn't it? So please remember, respect our healthcare workers. So that's it for today. See you in my next session. I will be doing landscape of the soul. Until then, all smiles to you. Bye-bye.